Now to your Community Focus at 4. We're joined every other week by the director of the Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training, Matt Weldon.
He joins us now live via Zoom. Director, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me back.
In 1 month, Director, the federal benefit program for unemployment expires. We've been talking with you a lot about this over the past several weeks. Is there any chance these benefits are going to be renewed before that deadline arrives?
You know, Kim, I'm asked that just about every day. And right now, there's no indication that the programs will be renewed. Over half of the states in the country dropped the federal programs over the last couple of months. Rhode Island didn't do that and wasn't going to do that because we know how important those programs are for working Rhode Island families. But the time is coming to an end. And right now, we have to operate under the assumption that they're not going to be renewed.
So who is eligible for benefits after, again, September 4th is the specific date?
So anyone that's on the first 26 weeks of a regular unemployment claim, meaning they had recently filed, they're not on pandemic unemployment, so they're like a regular W-2 employee and they're on a new claim. Think about maybe a school lunch worker or a bus driver or a monitor that goes on unemployment every summer. They'll still have eligibility, or anybody in that position would have eligibility. But all of the people on the federal programs, including the PUA program for the pandemic unemployment assistance or the extensions on regular unemployment, those will come to an end. One of the reasons why I keep telling people they have to go get a job, they have to get back to work, it's not punitive. The reason is because I think people don't realize that if they stop collecting in September, they won't be able to collect again until they reestablish eligibility. And the only way to do that is to return to work. Not only do they have to go back to work, they have to earn 80 times the minimum wage, which right now would be about $920. Once they do that, they'd be eligible for a minimum claim, and then they could build that up with the more earnings that they have.
And speaking along those lines of refiling again, what happens if someone does file a new claim at this point?
Well, if you file a new claim, it's going to look a little different than it did in the past. And unfortunately, it's a little less convenient, and that's because of all the fraud that we've been dealing with, that we've spoken about so many times. So there are a few new things on the front end that you'll have to provide. Some information that you'll see, you'll have to verify your identity and who you are, and then we'll process that claim. And the good thing is Rhode Island is still paying claims faster than any state in the country. We have been right along throughout the pandemic.
Director, we of course live in a digital world where we get lots of text messages, especially for alerts of things. But there's word now of a text message scam right now that's connected with the DLT. So what's your warning to people?
So when you say connected with the DLT, we want to be clear. It's not coming from the DLT, and it concerns me. What happens is these people are posing as DLT agents seeking your information, and they're texting you. If you receive a text that comes from DLT, do not respond. We do not text you to ask for your information or to verify your identity. We do email you at the email address that you supplied to us. We also use regular mail, and we may call you, but we will not text you. And so I've seen this happen. We've reported it. We've seen that it's happened with other state agencies and departments, and it's happened. I know, for instance, from my own bank, I get phishing scams all the time that looks like it's coming from my bank, and it's really not. Look for DLT branded information. Look for DLT verified social media accounts, please.
And so again, the message here is any text message that looks like it's from the DLT is not from the DLT.
That's correct.
Okay. But speaking about your social media, the DLT tweeted just yesterday that people were having some issues certifying, and we got some reports that payments were delayed. Can you clear up exactly what happened here?
Sure. So yesterday morning, Kim, 7:30 in the morning, I'm having a cup of coffee. I'm monitoring my email like I do every day. And it became clear to me very quickly that there was a problem. I assembled my team by about 8 o'clock virtually. We took a look at it. We troubleshoot the issue. We found out what it was. It was a minor issue with our payment certification system that was preventing people from certifying. We had it fully fixed by 10 a.m. Everyone could certify later in the day. Today, we did get reports of people having delayed payments. There were no delays. DLT sent the payment to the bank on time, like we always do. And it always takes up to 48 hours to get a payment. The issue is some internet banks seem to process very quickly and typically have money in the accounts of individuals by about 12 or 12:30 on a Monday. When that's delayed a little bit by the bank, it appears as though there was a payment delay. I just saw before this interview that people are starting to get paid now. So we know the money went out, and hopefully they all get it soon.
Certainly a quick turnaround there. Director Matt Weldon with the Department of Labor and Training. As always, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.